Hi guys. Today I want to talk to you about theatrical rigging. Now rigging is really important if you want to be able to hang your scenery, and I'm going to show you all of the tools and hardware that you need to do some basic scenic rigging. Rigging is an important part of technical theater. It allows you to create really large-scale scenery and hang it safely from the batten above. It also allows you to create really interesting transitions like the one you're seeing now. Let's take a look at some of the tools and hardware needed to do basic scenic rigging. Turnbacks, Crosby clips, thimbles, shackles, quick links, D-rings and keepers, hanging iron, and turnbuckles. There's also tools that we need to note: wire rope cutters and swagers. We also use chain, wire rope or cable, and sash rope and tie line as our cordage. We use the wire rope cutters to cut the cable to get a nice clean end every time. Once we know how much wire rope or cable that we need, we want to measure it out with a tape measure and mark it with a China marker. Marking the cable with a white China marker will let you see it so you can easily cut it when you're ready. You can repeat this step as many times as you need to. Once we've cut our cable, we want to tie the end to the spool to keep it from unraveling. Let's take a look at the first step of our rigging. The first thing we want to do is terminate the end. To do that, we put the cable through the turnback, and then we insert a thimble to protect the wire from wearing as we use it in rigging. So once we've got the turnback and the thimble set, we use our swagers to swage the turnback or compress it. When we compress the turnback, it prevents the cable from slipping back through. It creates a really nice, strong bond. When I swage, I like to do it 3 times. Once on the ends and once in the center. Once everything is nice and crimped, it'll look like this. At this point, we can attach lots of different types of hardware: quick links, shackles, chains, turnbuckles, whatever it is that we need to use. Here's a D-ring and a keeper. They go together just like that. Normally I would bolt it to a piece of scenery, but for our purposes today, I'm just going to screw it to the table. Once we have our D-ring and keeper secure, we're going to take the loose end of our cable and we're going to put 2 wire rope clips or Crosbys on it. Once we have our Crosbys in place, we're going to slip the cable through the D-ring and then back through the Crosby clips. At this point, we're going to tighten down the nuts that are on the Crosbys. And that's going to give us a really nice, secure hold. Here I have a little studio flat that I've rigged up with 2 D-rings and keepers, and I've drilled 2 holes in the top of the frame. I'm going to show you how to rig it to a batten or a pipe on the stage. One method is to wrap a chain around the pipe with a shackle and attach our terminated end of the cable to the shackle, pass the cable through the flat or the scenery, and then thread our Crosby clips onto the cable and through the D-ring just like that. Another way we can do this is attaching the terminated end of the cable to the D-ring. We do that with a quick link. Once that's attached, we can pass the cable up through the hole in the scenery and over the batten. At this point, we will secure the top end of our cable with the Crosby clips. Here's a closer look at the Crosby clips and the nut driver. A turnbuckle can be placed at any point in the rigging sequence. Here I have it between the flat and the back. The purpose of a turnbuckle is to create tension in the cable. So you can actually shorten or lengthen the distance of the cable. Here I'm using it to level the flat out. Hanging irons can be bolted to the back or the side of scenery, and they operate the same as a D-ring keeper. So those are some basic rigging techniques that allow me to hang scenery safely and effectively.